Okay, so you know what I was thinking about is, as a seer or psychic or whatever you want to call me, I can see things that are what the future is, and I can know that they're showing me because what the future is. Like, because they show me and they tell me stuff, and then they show me that it's real. So when they show me things, even that are big, then I still trust them, if you get what I'm saying. So, I trust my vision, my internal vision, not the external, which, by the way, it just keeps getting worse and worse. But oh my gosh, like I can see like beings around, Oh, it's trippy. Okay, so anyways, for my inner vision, what they show me and stuff in my own personal life, they show me, they tell me who's involved and about my future and all of that stuff, so that they can keep me on track. It's all about directing me and keeping me on track. They don't tell you stuff that you don't need to know. They only tell you what you need to know. It's a need to know basis when they're talking to you. Because there's some things, think about it. If they would have told you, 5 years beforehand, would you have even understood it? Usually not. So anyways, they show me stuff in my own personal life and show me who's involved and stuff. And then also with, life, the future of earthlings, what the future is. They show me stuff about that and about the cycles and all of, about consciousness. They show me tons of stuff about consciousness and energy. But the thing is like, I get it, that other people don't believe me. Like, I get it for sure. It is a lot, especially because you can't figure out dates. You just have to wait. But I know my vision is true. So I know for my own self, what I have to be working on is faith and trust. And it's hard, man. It's super hard. And I know that I'm not the only person working on this. No matter what the different things are that are challenges, there's tons of us that are working on faith and trust. There's tons of us that know what the future is. But in this dark, dreary time, it's hard to stay centered and keep remembering, especially when everybody around you is like doomsday, it's the end of the world, it's the end of the times and all. But when it's not, it's the end of this time. Yeah, it's the end of these times. This era is over. It's the end of this era. It's the end of this age. And we're moving into a new one. And it's going to be spectacular. That is something I know for sure is going to be really, really great. And I know this transition in this process is all about the learning and the growing and everything. And in my personal thing, I know, it all has to do with timing. And that's the thing too, is you don't know what someone else's timing, what's happening in their life. That's what's so trippy. When like you're going to intersect with people and you don't know when or how, and you just have to trust, like, okay, you guys are telling me this, I'll believe you. Makes no sense, but I'll believe you. So, but they show more and more and more. So it does make sense. So you do trust. So you do know, like, oh, and they tell you more about why. But for how long things take and how much you have to trust and how much you have to trust your own self when nobody else listens to you or believes you, especially when it comes to things about this place, and how long I've been saying since my awakening, and I started talking about the event and solar flash and the ascension and everything's going to change and all of that stuff. And it's such a slow process. Just the thing with the financial collapse, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff that is going on that is like, how do they cover this stuff up? Like, I was blown away when I first saw, because I've said before that my catalyst to the awakening of the illusion was Trump. Man, when you see him talking and you go and you see what they're saying, and they're lying about what he's saying, and they're setting a narrative and they're lying and all of that stuff, but still, that is so minimal in the whole thing for how much this illusion is controlled by them. Like, that was such a small part because they've been doing that. I mean, they did the same thing to Manson as they did Trump. You know, this is like their old tricks. Just like I was saying yesterday, the Falctard, that you know, he's pulling the same thing. Ah, we're two, just two. That was plenty. Yeah, pretty soon you know buy a whole box of them, and then he probably owns stock in them. This place is so corrupt. It's so corrupt. And there's so many people just going around, just trying to live their life, struggling, just, you know, I'm just living my life, doing it, man. And they're just getting fucked in the ass, like, fuck. And they don't even know yet. That's the thing. It's like, especially when you can see, you know, you see what the freight train that's coming this way. And other people are still looking in the back seat. What's back there? I'd be looking ahead if I was you. Like, it's coming in hard. But anyways, I just feel like there's so much about believing in yourself all the time. I know that I say this all the time, but it's shown to me over and over and over. There's so much about trusting your internal, not trusting what other people see, think, hear, feel, and not being put down, or, you know, getting all caught up in your ego or whatever, you know, like, oh, it didn't happen, or just surrendering. Well, because that is what, you know, so many times it just feels like, fuck it. I'm probably a crazy person. Everybody's probably right. I'm just crazy. But then I'll see other people talking that are saying the same thing as me. Like I said, they'll bring me stuff and no, you're not crazy. We're telling you this stuff for a reason. So then it's like, okay, soldier, get back out there. You can do this. And but that's what it feels like sometimes. It feels so much in the trenches because your internal dialogue is so opposite of what your external, what the world is showing you is so different than what the internal is telling you. And you know, and I've really learned over this time to just really trust my internal, and to really, everything on the external is now I see as just all been manipulated and lies, and it's all for profit and greed. It's really a sick world here. But you know, and I know other people, they have an internal dialogue, you know. I know there's other people who go and they hear people doomsdaying it and, and all that stuff. And they're just like, no, I can't listen to that. It's just, like, I cannot stand right now to listen to just such negative and, this is going to go on forever. And this and that and blah, blah, blah. We're going to have this and we're gonna have to do this and all this stuff, and it's like, oh my god, I cannot listen to it. Like, I know that's not the future, and I can't just listen to just people who just want to focus on that, because the future is going to be really good, and there is going to be a jubilee. There is going to be a change of the money, where the abundance is going to go back to the natural owners. You know, it's been being robbed and taxed from people, and nature is going to, you know, everything's going to sync up, at least for a while. Everything, and you know, we're swinging back. And well, I don't know if we're swinging back yet, but I since I'm not on anything now, any kind of social media or anything, my mom did text me this morning. No, I talked to her, and she was saying she can't even listen to the news. She's got to just watch HGTV now. She can't listen to it because there's just lies too much. There's too much lies. She can't handle it. And they just push the narrative. Go get these. And she said, I can't take it anymore. And, you know, and when I got kicked off TikTok, and I felt the same way when I got kicked off Twitter, you know, you go through your grieving period, but then it is kind of a relief because you see, like, it really took a lot of time, and it was very toxic because it was, there's just so much negativity, you know, there's so much, you know, you just keep on seeing, like, oh my God, people are dying, oh my God, this is happening, oh my God, this is happening. And it's just like, you feel this pressure, like, come on, things have got to change. We can't keep living like this. But, you know, living like now in my own little bubble, listening to Christmas music and making Christmas hats or whatever, knitting hats for Christmas. You know, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how many people are dying. I don't know how many. I will just hear sometimes, oh, this is happening, that's happening. And it does help you keep more peace in yourself. And I think that that is also a sign that things are shifting. You know, there's about to be a shift. I know I've said it for a long time, but I just feel like it keeps building up. It's not like the shift stopped. It's not like, oh, there's going to be a shift. There's going to be a shift. And then it was like, oh, no, you know, nothing happened. I guess it's over. No, the energy is still there. It still keeps building. That's what's weird. It's like fucking explosive energy at this point. Like, what the hell is going to happen? And, like, I don't know what's still going on with La Palma even still. Like, yeah, I just don't know. It feels very isolating. But also there's a sense of, because it is hard to go through everybody else's trauma and not feel down. And I think that there's probably at this point so much trauma that is happening in people's lives. And it would be just really, bring you down. So if, you're tuning in and you got to see like, oh, I'm going to go check with this person, see what's happening here, see what's happening there. And it just starts bringing you down and bringing you down. They're just shoving the narrative down our throats like a bitch ass. Like even the freaking cannibal shit. I mean, so much disgusting stuff. They just push hard on their shit. And I mean, that's enough right there. Today I saw some stupid ass commercial that came on, and it was train travel. Oh, you want to get out and start traveling around and having a good time and vacation. All the people on there just walking around. Yeah, I'm on vacation. What do they really want to push us to think like, yeah, that's how I'm gonna live my life. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. I worked in Iran how many years ago in the 70s. Look back at the pictures. It shocked me when I looked back at the pictures of Iran and stuff. Back in the 70s, it was like Miami Beach. There wasn't any of these and this and all that stuff. Women were being seen, body parts being seen out there. And then all of a sudden, they can be seen. And they cover things. And that's just what they're headed. And there's no, that factard, he was definitely going to start saying, no, what's on your hair? The germs are in your hair. You're breathing in germs. Wow. What they've done to germs. Germs need to sue. That's what I say. Germs needs to sue the factard and the Gator Boy. Like, fucking take those bitches down. But they're going down. I mean, all of them are going down. Like, you see so much shifts, like, are going on right now. I don't have to watch the news or anything. And I just see headlines, like, that pop up. I don't go in and watch the stories or anything, but I saw like where there's a bunch of shootings, and then there's a bunch of tornadoes, and a bunch of I know there's a bunch of death with footballers, huge amount. Like people are dropping dead like fucking wildfire, and and they're just coincidentally all dying from the same thing. Yeah, it's just a coincidence, isn't it? But, it is all happening, and it's really slow. And, if you start feeling down, just turn the bullshit off. Because it really does. Once you know what's going on, the sitting and waiting, like, we're not going to miss it. It's not going to be any missing it when they start really, the shift really does happen, and they start making mass arrests public. I think right now, because I even said before, I bet you that there's stuff going on that is made public to the news, but the news is covering it up, and that's going to be part of what comes out, that a lot of these arrests were made public, but the news wasn't reporting it. And I think that's going to come out about a lot, because I think there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we're just not being told. But no matter what, we just got to keep directing our energy. Keep on that timeline. We're on the timeline to Age of Aquarius. Don't get off that timeline. Don't let yourself drift into, the abyss of hell and get stuck here longer. This place is horrible. This is a horrible place. So, yeah, I say just, if you need to, turn off the stuff. I've told my mom for a long time, quit watching that news. I don't know how you can handle it. Just brings you down. But now, you know, I don't know anything that is going on. It's kind of a scary place to be, but it's also kind of a happy place to be. But, you know, and I hear the airplanes going over and stuff. It's like, fuck. I just don't know anything what's going on. And anything can happen. So, that's that Jenga game. There's only a couple pieces left. It's going down. Because it really is. And I think there's other people who have it in their internal guidance that is directing them to what the future is. It's hard to trust. It's definitely hard to trust when everything around you looks like it's the collapse of everything and it's the end of everything. And it is the end of everything that they built. We're going to start out building, though. We're going to build new. We're going to build fresh. We're going to build back better. I swear I think that was Biden's thing. It's just kind of funny because he's crashing everything, and we will. We will build back better. And it will have to do all the MAGA thing or whatever, all had to do with magnetism. It all has to do with the quantum. It all has to do with disclosure. So, you know, there's a lot to come. You know, we're still in this thing of just taking the world back from these monsters. Literally monsters. Literally people that are probably 1,000 years old. They'll eat a baby, stay alive. They don't give a shit. There's nothing. That's nothing. I eat 5 a day. Man, I don't care. That's the world we live. But everything is going to be different. And it's going to be so much better so soon. And even if my vision can't benefit everybody, like I said before, I said if people could just get inside my head and see, they could find peace. Because then you don't just see it, you feel it. You know it. You know what's coming. And it does take faith and hope, or not hope, faith and trust that everything can be good, that you deserve good things, that the world can be a great place. So that's what everything is about, you know, and it's a process over the healing and learning about yourself and trusting this world. This world is not set up for you to trust. I mean, it's been a horrible place for a long time for a lot of people. And just, you know, just tune into yourself. The more you can center, the more you can tune into yourself and your needs and what is good for you. And then just keep riding this wave because it's the current to change. And it is a big wave. And you just got to find your place on it and stay on the board. We will get there. We just got to just keep out. And if you fall off the board, just get back on. Just get back on before the sharks get you. And have faith. And, you know, we're going to get through this. You'll see. I know I'm not crazy. I don't care how many people think I'm crazy. I know I'm not crazy. Crazy people can't take care of themselves. Crazy people, like, the voices are abusive to crazy people. These voices aren't abusive. These voices are giving guidance and insight and love and support. Like, it's completely different. And if your voices are giving you something other than love and support, then raise your vibration. You're talking to the wrong people because they're out there and they want to talk to you just as much as you want to feel that peace and feel that connection. They want to feel that with you. So go out and merge with some entities. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.